Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an OP Starscourge Greatsword Build Guide in Elden Ring. This is an incredible weapon because of this weapon art here, which can absolutely shred through any type of trash mob, but not to mention it has a very fun attack to use as well. And as you can see there, we're hitting for 2500 damage, and that's just with a high strength stat. We don't even really have to put much into our intelligence to use this weapon. Now another nice thing about this is it does a really good quick attack here with the R1 button where you swing both of the swords, and that can pretty much take out most trash mob when you got it upgraded here, and otherwise it does a ton of posture damage, and you can also do jump attacks with it. So this weapon's absolutely crazy, probably one of the best farming weapons in the mid game, and you can still use it all the way to the end game. So this is at level 150, but if you're a lower level I'll talk about what stats to get first, and if you're a higher level I'll tell you where to invest them. So at level 150 here we need 38 strength and 15 intelligence, 12 dexterity to equip this. If you start as a samurai you're gonna have your dexterity covered, but the strength can be, you can two-hand this weapon. It may not show it, but two-handing it does actually give you the extra boost to two-handing a weapon. So you can do that, but 38 strength would be the first number to shoot for. Get your vigor up obviously early on. I went with 36 mind because you want to be using that star collar cry as much as you can because it just pulls a bunch of enemies in. However, if you're fighting bosses, do a lot of jump attacks and your other just spamming R1. Now I went with 34 endurance. This allows us to have 56 poise minimum, 51 very minimum, but at least 56 and medium roll. So pick whatever armor kind of suits your particular needs best. I also went with the Dragon Communion Seal. This is an intelligence scaling weapon, but we can go 15 intelligence, 15 faith, and take Flame Grant Me Strength. That just, it gives you a big buff to your damage and makes sense here too. So as for Talisman, I went with the Millicent's Prosthesis, as this is going to give us a bit more attack, as it gives us 5 points dexterity, which will equate to about 10 points damage. And then the Shard of Alexander there. This also increases the damage that we deal with successive attacks. You can also go with the Rod and Wing Sword Insignia because the damage boost that you get is crazy. Shard of Alexander obviously for boosting our damage, and then the Carrion Filigree Crest allows us to use the skill a bit more frequently. And the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman is just a good one to have too, but you can swap any of these out, the Shard of Alexander being the most beneficial. So I am astounded by how powerful this build can be at times, because if you're going through the main game and going through dungeons, sometimes it's just good to run into a room that you know you're going to get attacked in and literally just pull up yelling like this, and then pull them all in and kill them. That is one of the best strategies in this game, and you can get this weapon relatively early on once you beat Radahn, which if you use the summons in the arena it doesn't make it too bad of a fight. So you can see there, it's almost unfair how much damage we're doing, but a nice thing is two-handing this does give us this unique weapon attack where it's actually worse to go with your R1 attack because you only swing one of them that way. Now it does still obviously do a good amount of damage, but it does take a little bit longer to get it off. 1200 damage there, whereas when we swing both of our swords we get more damage from our quick attack. So yeah, there's 1500 damage. Always swing both of them. I just find that works a bit better, as well as builds up posture damage quicker. So yeah, we killed the enemies too quick, but I'll go through without using the skill. Just know you want to use the skill often because of how much damage it does to the enemies. But overall, this is a fun weapon to go with jump attacks because they do a ton of damage. And if you want to maximize for that, you can take off like the Shard of Alexander and put on the Claw Talisman, and then also swap out your chest piece for the Raptor's Black Feathers, which will give you increased damage when you do jump attacks. So that can be a nice one. Then you can swap out your boots to find something that'll give you a medium load there. There we go, 56 poise, Tree Sentinel Garb. So yeah, that makes this weapon pretty deadly because then you can go in with jump attacks. And if you put on the Claw Talisman, that goes even further. So I'll show you that. It'll be a... Yeah, the damage in this is incredible. It's absolutely busted. I feel like people overrate this weapon a bit sometimes because it's been out for a while, but I've played with the new DLC weapons, and this does more damage, I find, than them. So, while the new weapons are a lot of fun to play around with because of the new skills, I just think that this skill is so powerful for what it does that it's just worth using in most cases. But yeah, there is merit in using the other attacks for boss fights, but this attack is just so good. As you can see, we can just shred through everyone in the area. Don't even have to think twice about it. It literally will just rip and tear. So this is a really fun weapon, and I would recommend giving it a shot if you haven't used it before because it does a lot of damage and it's pretty fun to use. So there's a Starscourge Greatsword Build Guide in Elden Ring. If you found this video useful, please hit that subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.